I'm Tion Smith.
And I'm Daisy.
And this is
ENS News. The Tyrese Maxey's Foundation has chosen Carver to run their annual holiday turkey drive on November the 11th to give food to many families in Philadelphia. The foundation is looking for 10 Carver ENS students and 5 to 7 staff or parents to serve as volunteers for this event.
We have the bake sale for the class of 2027 on the 10th and the 16th of November. Make sure to support Ethics Bowl and Robotics if you're feeling hungry.
We have extended advisories on the 8th and the 9th for Advisory Town Hall.
Let's hear from Malcolm.
And now on to Veterans Day.
It was my first time being away from family. Everything was back to back to back. I didn't really have time to miss family.
You know, you're in a situation with other people that are in the same boat, so you kind of like build your own sort of family.
I was 24 years old. I chose the Army.
I was in the Marines.
So I joined the Marines right out of high school. I was in for 10 years.
My whole entire duration in the Marine Corps was 10 years. I was stationed in St. Louis. I was stationed in Okinawa, Japan, Nine Palms in California, Philadelphia, North Carolina.
Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and Fort Benning, Georgia.
I was at Parris Island. My other duty station was Hawaii.
MCRD San Diego. I was there for 13 short weeks. Everything was handwritten.
Because I had a college degree, when I decided to leave the service, I was qualified to substitute teach with the school district of Philadelphia.
I started going to college, active duty in the Marines. I was able to complete my graduate degree. After I was done, I went straight into student teaching.
So I took the test to be a non-teaching assistant. I like being with the students. They taught me and I taught them. That you have to have a lot of patience. I learned to stop and listen to people, and I learned to care.
Pay attention to the small details because the small details matter.
Perseverance, like you have to follow through with things, understanding like ways to get things done.
Small detail as saying happy birthday can change a person's day.
Louis Bloom is a man who needs money but can't find a job. One night he sees a film crew at a crime scene and believes he can do what they do. He buys a camcorder and police scanner, going from scene to scene getting footage of violent scenes, and sells it to the news stations. He goes to outrageous lengths in hopes of getting the money shot and next upgrade for his equipment. I would give this movie a 10 out of 10 because the plot is very unique and the way the story progresses is very interesting. Overall, there's nothing I think could be better about this movie, and that's why I think it's deserving of a 10.
Kindergarten Teacher is a 2018 drama film starring Maggie Gyllenhaal. She plays a kindergarten teacher who is a bit of a failed writer. She takes poetry and writing classes, and her work is kind of heavily criticized by her peers. One day she finds out that one of her students is actually a bit of a writing prodigy. He really likes writing poems, and they're really good. And then she takes it upon herself to kind of nurture his talent. The movie is pretty sad and a little bit uncomfortable at times. I would definitely recommend it. I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
The new soccer game FC24, there's new animations, clothing, and character styles with new game modes of mine. My favorite being Ultimate Team, where you can build a team with multiple different players from different leagues and nations. I give the game a 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed the game. Compared to last year, the last FIFA, this one is way more exciting.
Spider-Man 2 is the latest installment in the Insomniac series. 5 years following the original, it answers all the fans' prayers and questions, bringing in much-needed plot, new characters, bringing back old characters, references to the comic books. It's perfect if you were a Spider-Man fan. As a kid, that was always my favorite superhero, so to play a superhero game, that just gave me everything I could want. 11 out of 10. It's that. I love it.
Watch out for the ASA hoodie pre-sale on the 9th.
Wait, shouldn't I be the one making the hoodie announcements? Because I'm the one in ASA.
Well, that's the good thing. Anyone can order, even if they're not in the club. Remember, we have morning pathways every Wednesday. Report to the gym or the Pacific Rim for your morning.
And now on to politics.
On November 7th, many students voted in their first elections for mayoral candidates like Cheryl Parker or David O, and other local offices like City Council.
Do you plan on voting or have you registered to vote?
Yeah, I've registered.
I'm not. I do my mother's research. My mother's eligible to vote.
I'm not able to vote, but I can't wait till I turn 18, put my vote in.
Voting is extremely important. This is a heavily red line area, like one street. You got Temple and like all this industrialization, all these buildings. And then just on the other side, like you see people in poor conditions, I would say. voting could help all those problems that you see on a day-to-day basis in different communities in Philadelphia.
There's this stigma around the Latinx community that like our vote is too minor to actually count for anything. Any Latinx person who convinces themselves that their votes matter has a huge impact on their community.
Any changes that you would want to see in your community?
Just funding, because it's really poor. There's like a lot of drug dealers and stuff. I'd rather see my community grow as a whole together instead of people having to do things and risk their lives just to get around.
Students are citizens, and citizens are responsible for their democracy. But we also have to keep in mind that part of the reason it's not easy to vote is because people don't want you to vote. They don't want you to. They know that voting is powerful.
From the rallies of March for Our Lives for Safer High Schools to the college campuses of anti-war student protests and the sit-ins of the early 1960s, teenagers have actively tried to make change in America. However, they've always been suppressed. Many politicians are trying to get rid of our vote. Voter suppression has been an increasing issue. People try and use fear and ignorance to make you feel like you don't have any power. There is always hope. I'm Ramadani Jalil, reporting for ENS News.
Thanks for watching.
ENS out.